back to the Planted Lifestyle YouTube channel. My name is Linda. Just in case you're wondering what's going on, I'm carrying my baby. Yeah, so anyway, today I'm gonna be doing our winter garden tour. It's been long overdue. I've been thinking of doing it, but it's been so darn cold in the Eastern Cape. So yeah, waking up in the morning for filming or else filming in the late evening. No, it's not been attractive, eh? And yeah, I don't have my glasses, so that's why my eyes look funny, because the sun is just doing its own thing. But anyway, that's not the object of this video. So yeah, stick around, let me show you around what's going on, what's there in the garden, what's popping, what's not. Yeah, hope you enjoy. So I most probably chose one of the worst times to film, when the sun is up. And yeah, my camera is not really the best because I'm using my phone. Oh, hi baby. Okay, so my baby is also hosting the YouTube with me. Alright, what you see over here, these are volunteer lettuce plants, hey? There's all these were volunteer. They just rocked up. We woke up one morning and there was lettuce all over. But this is not a bad spot, because this is a spot we plan to have our market garden all the way up to the very end over there. So all of the space, I know it looks small because, well, I'm panning very fast, but it's actually a huge area. We plan to have our market garden. So yeah, I guess they volunteered at the right spot. But I'm also going to keep some of this lettuce for the chicken, hey? Because there's just way too much of them. I don't think I'll be able to finish all of these, unless of course if I get that many lettuce customers. But anyway, I'm gonna keep these. Yeah, we're going to get a lot of okay, my baby says we're going to get a lot of customers, so I suppose then people are just going to buy all of this lettuce that you see over here. Congratulations to us. Okay, over here we have some broccoli and some cauliflower, and then there's a volunteer bean plant over here, and there's another one here. Where is it? There we go. Yep, volunteer bean plants. If you remember very well, in the past videos, this is a space that had our beans last season. So I don't know how these beans survived, but here they are, thriving. Then we have some cilantro, what in South Africa we call coriander. Yeah, there's some cilantro as well. There's some cauliflower. We had a situation happening to us just the past week. Some goats came in. As you can see, this one, shame, poor thing, it's not looking okay at all. Yeah, the goats chowed, even this one, the goats chowed, and a bit on the broccoli side as well, the last few plants, but the rest of them are really thriving. I'm happy. So wherever you see like the broken leaves and stuff, these are the goats. I was just too attached to remove these leaves, but I think now it's time for me to remove them. But yeah, and I want to show you guys something really cool. Yay! There's my cauliflower head, the first one ever. We haven't grown cauliflower before, so this is our first. And the cilantro is also thriving, it's also bolting, and I'm letting it because I use the seeds to crush them out and make some coriander powder. So yeah, it's not a bad thing for me right now. And then over here we just have a volunteer onion that seems to be doing very well. We have loads of some green, fresh looking lettuce. I'm so obsessed with growing lettuce. I don't even use all of it that I grow, you know, but you know what, I love it. We have fresh lettuce, there we go. We also have some volunteer tomato plants, as you can see. Yeah, these just came up by themselves, so we're letting them. It's not a bad problem. And then over here we have some beet plants. These are some beetroots. I'm still not so good with identifying the specific genus on the plants as yet, so let's just call them beetroot, full stop. Whether they are crimson or red globe, I don't know. But yeah, there's also some volunteer tomato plant. As you can see, we also have some wood chips. After watching the documentary by Paul Gauchi, we decided to try this out, and so far it's been really working for us. Okay, so we've got cabbages over here. Some of the leaves were also chowed by the goats, but well, not too bad. Not too bad. And the cabbages are growing very well. They are just a little over, must be the 6th week, I think. So for 6 weeks in winter, I would say they're doing pretty well. Then over here we have a small patch of spinach. I'm growing this for the chickens. So we intend to have some chickens that we are going to feed organically. So this is for the chooks. I need to do some work over here. As you can see, the leaves that are turning yellow and all of that needs to go. So yeah, there's some work for me to do here. But so far, they're also fairly new. These are very new spinach plants. And well, is that spinach? Oh no, that's Swiss chard. But anyway, everything is spinach in Africa, so we shall call it spinach. And then right here, over here, we have African kale. It's specifically called tomolia. It's a vegetable that is very well loved in countries like Zimbabwe. That's what we have here, with the lush green leaves. So delicious when you eat it with pap, maize meal pap. But yeah, my kale has been struggling a little bit because I transplanted this. So I realized now that in future, I'm better off with direct seeding. See the transplants, some of them are really struggling. They're coming up, but yeah, at a slower rate. As you can see, also we've got mushrooms going all over. These are inedible, guys, okay? I asked a mushroom expert friend of mine, and I think he called them fill cap mushrooms, I think. Toxic, so they're not for eating. But I kept them here because somehow they are an indication that there's mycelium in my garden, which is a cool network to have. So yeah. All right, over here we have some leftover cabbages from, I think, from May. Yeah, these cabbages didn't do so well. I don't know what we did wrong with them, but well, they do have small heads, so it's not like they're completely bad. They just didn't grow as big as the previous ones. We had interplanted them with some spinach plants, so we're also taking these out so we can prepare this bed for some summer planting. And then we have some peppers over here, but obviously, as you can see, I think they've just run their course. This is literally one of the last. But the funny thing is that we keep having flowers from these little peppers, and we're still getting peppers. So I don't know, man. I think I'll just keep them here and see how long they are still going to produce, you know. Yeah, just for fun's sake. But otherwise, the place where there was turnips, there's completely nothing now. We're prepping this bed for some summer plants. Yeah. Alright, then over here we have our herb garden. We still have some thyme plants. We have some really good looking cilantro all the way here. We have some rosemary. The one plant is doing super well, the other one is getting a little dry, so I don't know what's up with that, but this one's looking good. We also have some basil. So I let it bolt because I want to keep some seeds. So this is why you see it looking all bolted like that. We need some to keep some seeds for coming seasons. And then we have a mother mint plant over here. So I'm gonna take this out because it's just sprouting everywhere. It's mint everywhere and I don't want it with my herbs. One of the mistakes I did when I started planting, because I had no idea mint was this invasive. So we're going to take that out and put it somewhere else. Okay, now over here we have some new radish plants. I just threw the seeds in here I think sometime last week. Yeah, so we've got new radish plants over here. We still have some old basil plants. I also let this bolt on purpose so that we get some seed as well. I also wanted it to self-plant so that I then plant something else and still have my basil in between plants when I do. So that's what we have. Over here we have some turnip plants. Don't mind the holes that you see. Yeah, we had a dog walking in here a couple of nights ago, so those are dog footprints. Unfortunately it had been raining, so that's why they dug so deep. We also had goats. Yeah, so it's mingled. But what you see here, these are turnip plants. Planted these also at the time when I planted the radishes, so we're just going to thin them out a bit later when they're grown. But yeah. And then we have pepper plants over here that are still giving us flowers. We're still expecting more pepper. We've had green pepper all winter long. Then I interplanted this with some Swiss chard, and it's just Swiss chard all the way up to the end. We also have some garlic. I think it's almost ready now because most of the plants are drying out. From what I've read, the little that I know is that when 80% of the plant looks dry, then it's ready. So we're going to pick that out. But as you can see, some of my chard plants were chowed by chicken. Yep, the neighbor's chicken came in as well. Chowed a little of my plants, but it's not too bad. I just have to take out the leaves that have been devoured and let it grow out again. As far as the potatoes are concerned, look, I don't know. They were lush and green and looking all healthy just a few days ago. It rained and this is what we have of them. I don't even know if we should be digging to find out what's underneath, but yeah, they have surely humbled me. They were doing very well and then boom, now it's a mess. I don't even know if we're going to get potatoes underneath here. I hope so. I really do, because then otherwise our potato supply is I don't even want to think about it now. We'll check later and see. And then all the way over here This is going to be our tomato garden, stretching all the way to the end there. So for now, it's laying there doing nothing. We just covered the soil, we put some manure and everything, prepping it for tomato planting. We're also going to put some peppers for some companion planting. Yeah. As for this funny looking triangular area, I plan to put some flowers in here to attract some pollinators. But yeah, it's still not prepped, so I guess for now I'm growing weeds over there, I suppose. And then here, this is a fully prepped bed with compost and all. I recently planted some chomolia kale plants. So what you see over here, all this green stuff, those are chomolia kale plants. Obviously there's a bit of weeds on the side. We still need to work on that. It's been raining non-stop, so we couldn't attend anything. So we couldn't even mulch the walkways because it's just been raining non-stop. But yeah, we're going to have some kale here and some other stuff that we can interplant it with. And then of course I've got these onions and a bit of English rape. Yebo njani? Yaphila. Okay, someone who knows me just passed by. Anyway, yeah, this is the reality of gardening, guys. You see, the garden is thriving, but the walkways are not. Hey, we've got weeds on the walkways because it's been raining in the Eastern Cape, and whenever it rains we get a fresh load of weeds. But the open areas that you see here, these lines, there's actually some onion plants. I planted these directly from seed. As you can see, this is onion. So this is going to be an onion supply bed. Yeah, all of what you see here is just going to be onion and onion and onion and nothing else but onion.